First select CST Microwave Studio. Then based on your application you can select our predefined template, otherwise you can select none and click OK. But as right now we are interested in planar antenna, so I will select antenna planar template. Okay, and you can check units are in mm and frequency is in gigahertz. So let's start modeling the patch antenna. So select create brick, press escape, gives name to the brick, and instead of giving a number, it is better to parameterize your structure, so you can use these parameters for optimization as well as for parameter sweep. By 2 by 2, okay, minus L by 2 by 2, 0 to TS, and then select material, Rogers 5880 lossy, click load and then click OK. Then you need to enter a value of L and thickness. So L is 21.169, click OK, and then thickness, click OK. So this is your substrate, and you can check all components in navigation tree. Next task is to define a ground plane. So move the working coordinate system, select back face, and then you can use extrude as well as you can use make a new shape from pick faces. If you want to give a thickness, so it's better to use extrude option. If you want to give a 0 thickness sheet, then you can use make a new shape from pick faces option. So let's make a new shape from picked faces option and give ground. Select material to be PEC and then click OK. So you have a ground plane with 0 thickness. If you want to give some thickness, maybe 0.035, so for this you use the extrude option, and then you need to give some height to that component. For patch, select top face of a substrate, move your local coordinate system. So now click on align WCS with selected face. Again click on create brick, press escape, give a name to that brick, and then parameters, and maybe some thickness, and then click OK. So material is PEC, then you need to enter value of L 9.78, width 12.6. Now you have a patch antenna. So next task is how to define a feed line. Okay, so now you have a ground plane of 0 thickness, and then you have a substrate whose thickness is TS. Okay, so for feed line, select the midpoint of lower edge of a patch antenna. Okay, then move your local coordinate system at that point, click on create break, and then press escape. So you can name the cylinder maybe as a pin, outer radius as a red parameter. Okay, and then you want to shift U center as W axis is, this is a positive W axis, and the feed position will be in the negative axis, so it has to be minus TS minus 0.5. okay, and the material pack. And you need to enter radius, offset value 1.5, sorry, it has to be minus 1.5. okay, so this is your feed line, and this extra part length is 0.5. okay, then you need to define dielectric substrate. So select face of a pin, align WCS with selected face. okay, click on create break, press escape. So outer radius, let it be 1.475, inner radius red. okay, and then it has to be minus 0.5. this extra portion is minus 0.5, and then select material to be Teflon, load and click OK, and then click cancel. And after this, your next task is to define outer conductor. For outer conductor, select dielectric layer, face, and then again, if you want to give some thickness, you can use extrude option, otherwise you can use make a new shape from pick faces option. Give a material as spec, and then you can name the conductor and then click OK. So this is, now you have a proper coaxial line. okay, but now you need to insert this coaxial line into substrate as well as in ground plane. So what you can do, click on ground plane, then boolean, click on insert, select outer conductor and then press OK. Again click on insert, select pin and then click insert, and then again insert and select dielectric. okay. For substrate also, you need to insert pin, click on plane and then press OK. And after this, you need to design a waveguide port. So click on face of a dielectric material, go to waveguide ports, select waveguide port and then click OK. After this, you need to define frequency range and then press OK. And after defining the frequency range, you need to check mesh properties. We always recommend to do mesh convergence study. So before starting the simulation, please check whether mesh is correct or not and then run the solver. Thank you.